the reason we are closing dump sites is because they're full. The issue is that they're full, and they're also that development has caught up with the locations of those dump sites. So we have to, that's why we say reduce, reuse, recycle. And so for us at LAWMA, we've established a system dating back to the time of when our president was the governor, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
I must welcome to the studio my long-expected guest, a man of reputation, an accomplished scientist, a man who picked his degrees from across the high classified zones of the world. I'm talking of Dr. Muywa Gbadegesin. Dr. Muywa Gbadegesin is the managing director of LAWMA. LAWMA is Lagos Waste Management Authority. I welcome you.
Thank you.
Let me start by telling you that Lagos Talks 91.3 FM, mostly the Guru segment, has a very, very good long-servicing relationship with LAWMA.
Yes,
I remember bringing the retired, late now anyway, Assistant Inspector General of Police, Chris Olakwe, into the studio. I think that was 2018, to discuss the matter when many things were being misinformation. Oh, no, sorry, not Chris Olakwe, not Chris Olakwe. But now, we have come a very, very long way. And I know that your arrival stimulates a lot of things because you are an accomplished scientist. I have your background and everything here. Can you tell us exactly that area of not only being neater, but greener? Want to add litter and greener to it within LAWMA exercise of its duty that will transform Lagos so that Lagos can be better place than where it is today, because much have been achieved. Can you tell us what new in your program?
Yeah, so I'm sure you're aware that the Sanwo-Olu administration is running a very comprehensive program, which we call the Themes Plus Agenda. Now, that Themes is an acronym of which the H stands for health and environment. So what the administration has done is to develop an integrated program of cleaning the environment, greening the environment, in order to ensure a better health status for our population, so that they can be more productive, so that they can be more wealthy. So that's what we've been doing. And our role as LAWMA, you are aware, we have Lagos Waste Management Authority, we have Lagos Wastewater Management Office, we have Lagos Parks and Gardens, we have Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, and many, many more in the environment sector, led by the Commissioner, Tokunbo Wahab. Now, we all work together in various aspects. For us at LAWMA, our role is to manage municipal solid waste. And this waste comes in so many forms. You have paper and cardboard from your packaging, from your fruit packs, from your Indomie. You have plastics, you have PET bottles from the water that you drink. You have film from water sachets, from pure water sachets, even things like sweet wrappers. Then, those are the various plastic or artificial waste. Then you also have food waste. So whatever you eat moi moi or you eat eko, you are going to throw away the leaves because you're not going to eat that. You consume the edible aspect of it. You have waste. There's so many different kinds of waste. Of course, glass bottles, after you finish, I don't know if your Guguru is in a bottle or a plastic, but after you must have consumed it, you may want to throw it away because you don't need it
Yeah.
again. And then
Yeah.
you have the metal cans from your sardine, tomato, tin tomato, and so many things. So this is what we call municipal solid waste. And so for us at LAWMA, we've established a system dating back to the time of when our president was the governor, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. When he was governor of Lagos,
Mm.
he evolved the system of managing solid waste to the point where we have what we call PSP operators, are the companies that directly take your waste from your household to the dump site. And we have 428 of those who you are expected to enlist with, and then you pay them a monthly fee for them to take away your waste once a week, so 4 times a month. That was the established system.
How
Now,
many did you call it? 100 what?
428 as of today.
Across Lagos?
Across Lagos. So we have 377 wards in Lagos. So the system is designed that you have at least one per ward. But of course, some wards are bigger than others. So there are some wards who may have more than one PSP operator.
Okay.
And of course, we also have markets from which we also evacuate waste. We have hospitals from which we evacuate medical waste. So over time, what we've discovered is that because of the unique topography of Lagos, where we have so much water, about 34% of the landmass is water. And over time, we've developed opened landfills, closed landfills. Currently, we are managing 5 landfills, which are fast filling up. That is why at the beginning because of running out of space to put this waste, this administration took a step back. And we started to ask, these things that we're throwing away, is it actually waste? Or can we derive value from it? Can we recycle this into other materials? Can we even reduce how much waste we're generating in the first place? And so LAWMA, in partnership with the Ministry of Environment, has introduced more and more waste to wealth initiatives, circular economy initiatives since 2019, which I'm sure we'll still talk more about.
Thank you very much. Now, please, find time to tell us exactly, how do you evacuate your medical waste because of the chemical and also that are there? Which are the modern ways you've deployed in evacuating those ones?
Yeah, so in each hospital, both public and private hospitals, we have separation of medical waste from what we call the general waste or domestic waste, which the hospital is also generating. Of course, they also drink water there, they eat food, but any waste that's coming from the treatment process, let's say needles, cotton wool, bandages, even the tissue, human organic tissue from surgeries, is separated and is kept in special color-coded containers. And we have a specialized category of PSP operators. We call them medical PSP operators. And they use refrigerated vans and of course, their workers wear personal protective equipment to ensure that those medical wastes do not contaminate the general waste, and they're safely evacuated, and then we incinerate them. We have a medical incinerator for that medical waste. This is one of the most advanced medical waste management systems in the country.
Thank you. Okay, you call them medical PSP operators?
Yes.
Are they specially trained?
Yes, they are. They're specially trained. They are about 40 of them, and they have special equipment. They have, they also have color-coded bags, color-coded containers, and we have a department dedicated to monitoring their own performance, and also We have training, regular training for the hospital staff as well. We also go around to ensure that they are following the prescribed protocol for managing medical waste. And we work with the health facility monitoring agency called HEFAMA in doing this. And it's been quite successful. From time to time, we get visitors from other states to come and understudy what we're doing in medical waste management and even in other types of waste management. So LAWMA as an institution, like I said, it's not a new institution. It's been around for quite a while. And we're proud of the fact that we're able to provide support and training to our sister agencies in other states.
Oh, that's good. Okay, now, these about 40 medical waste PSP operators. Are they attached strictly to hospitals, meaning they operate? Because I want to believe that in every local government in Lagos State, there are hospitals spread around. And in most of the wards, there are private hospitals, there are public hospitals. How would your 40 be able to efficiently monitor the assignment within all the local governments and wards with hospitals established in Lagos State?
They're doing the job. We have enough for all the hospitals, and but the hospitals are also paying. So with the payments, they're able to run the operation efficiently.
Okay.
So there's no major problem with that system right now. Okay. In fact, we are expanding the medical waste even to hairdressers and beauticians because they also generate some forms of medical waste. So, yes. They have needles, they have cotton wool and all kinds of things that they also produce.
Are you saying, man, that the hairdressers, the beauticians can be groomed with
their waste is sometimes they have waste that is you could call medical. Okay. And so we do anything that involves human tissue, we try to separate out from the waste stream.
Okay. Now, let us come back to the main. Your efforts are good. And I happen to be one person that have always attested to your efforts in making Lagos cleaner. Oh, by the way, before I go on with this question, I want to thank you because the other day, a community reported to me, and I forwarded everything to you, their video and all. Within 24 hours, even into the middle of the night, you were there, you evacuated everything, you brought peace to them. And they were very, very happy. They returned back to me with videos. And thank you very much for that good assignment that was promptly taken up. Thank you. With your office.
You're welcome.
Now,
thanks for bringing it to our attention as well.
Thank you. The question now is this. Each time you what are the efforts we are making to integrate majorities of our citizens in Lagos State into this responsibility? Because there was a time I went through Idumota Market on behalf of LAWMA, of course. I wasn't appointed as a salesman or a marketer for LAWMA, but I did it. Even in the midnight, I did it. But today, there are some areas, if you travel, you still see waste lying on the highways. For example, I mentioned this before. Your Dr. Suleiman told me that it can be taken care of. If you're moving from Apapa, coming to Igora, between Levetis and the area what police there, that place sometimes is overloaded. Then if you're moving from Tinkan Port, as you're approaching my tool, there are lots of problems there, which I know as a man who specializes in this area that it has nothing to do with LAWMA because you are not to take care of the human being, you are not to take care of, what do you call it, those sleeping on the streets. No, you don't have responsibility. But you can see waste lying fallow and large enough. Then if you move it towards University of Lagos, that is facing Okokomaiko, or you take your right now to go through to Igondo. There are those areas that are valued. Then the Aja as I'm telling you all this because I take much of my time going around so that I will be better put into uses of what I'm doing in synergy with LAWMA. What are your effort to synchronize, to bring citizens into this? Because if the citizens are involved, it will make the work easier.
Absolutely, you're very correct. One of the challenges with waste management in a mega city like Lagos is human behavior. Human beings will, if the government is absent, like as Thomas Hobbes said, in the absence of strong government, life is solitary, nasty, brutish, and short. And this is what we witness in some parts of Lagos, where perhaps there's not enough of enforcement. When they see that nobody is standing there to stop them from dumping waste, they will do, we're not even talking about people littering. Maybe you drop a pure water sachet we're talking about bulk, waste. People bring it from their house or from their shop and they just dump it on the road. That is a major problem. It's human behavior. It's a lack of acculturation by those people. They don't, perhaps they are antisocial, or maybe they just moved into Lagos. They don't know that we have a system of waste management in place. So these are people who are, in essence, exhibiting criminal behavior because we have laws against such. So our approach is two-pronged. We use advocacy. We have an advocacy department that goes out, talking to people, explaining the system, pleading with them to embrace the legal method of waste disposal. And this advocacy unit works very closely with the PSP operators. So they will go out into the community with a megaphone, go house to house. Those who are not enlisted or they're not paying, they talk to them and try to encourage them to enlist. So that's the carrot approach. But we also we don't hesitate to weld the big stick when necessary. And that's why we have, within LAWMA, we have enforcement units. And we also work with the Lagos State Environmental Sanitation Corps, which is another agency in the state government, to do enforcement exercises.
What do you call it?
Lagos State Environmental Sanitation Corps. That's Lagosian. They are also known as KAI, Kick Against Indiscipline.
Indiscipline.
When they were first established, and they become very active as well. And so what we do is, with LAWMA, we have a waste surveillance and investigation unit that goes out at night. They lie in wait, take recordings and photos and catch people in the act of dumping waste indiscriminately.
We are talking of enforcement.
Sorry?
We are now talking of enforcement.
Enforcement, exactly. Because if we don't enforce the law, then, there's no point of having those laws. The laws exist to be followed and to be enforced. And that's the primary task of government, to make sure that everyone is following the law so that we can all live in peace. We're talking about having a clean city, having clean air, having a green city. It's so bad that you find where government has spent millions building gardens, then people decide to go and dump waste there. So they're working against the collective good of all Lagosians. So we will continue to enforce them. So far, right now, I think we have about 50 cases in the court where we've apprehended this kind of people.
Mobile courts?
No, not mobile. They're going to magistrate courts. Mostly in the magistrate court. We've been closest to wherever it is that we've apprehended them.
Okay.
And we're getting good support from the judiciary in prosecution of these cases.
Okay. That's good. Now, I have two more questions for you. Please, if you can manage the time to give me the answer 1 minute each. You've spoken about enforcement because I was coming to enforcement, but the first question shall still be on this enforcement. If you have your enforcers to enforce the rules that go out at night, how much security do you provide for them, knowing fully that the lives of those enforcers that go out at night will be at a maximum risk? How much of protection
They have
from...
armed backup. They have armed backup who work with us permanently. Mobile policemen are always there to give them backup. So we haven't had any issues so far.
Okay.
You can see the videos on our social media. The last few days, you'll see a lot of videos of people. Once we catch them, they are immediately they're gentle. There's no fight back because they know that what they're doing is illegal. But they were not expecting to be caught.
Okay, because I raised this question because of the safety of your enforcers that will go out at night.
Oh yes, we give them armed backup at all times.
Okay, all right. Meaning you will be increasing them gradually as time goes on, with backup being increased for you from the police force.
Yes.
Okay. Then what are you doing to reduce the activities of truck pushers or kite pushers, as we will call it, that dominates most of the zones in those mostly awkward-looking areas, local governments that are not as well exposed as Beguleki and all those ones? What are you doing about that? Because those people are menace.
They are also carts. Using carts for waste is illegal in Lagos as well. So they're also a target for enforcement raids. Right now we have close to 300 carts which we're about to destroy. So we go out and we seize them en masse. And in those areas where you find them in areas where maybe compactor trucks find difficulty reaching those areas, maybe the roads are bad. In those areas, as part of the new initiatives, we're introducing tricycle compactors so that the PSP operators will be able to, function more efficiently. Plus, the tricycle compactors will come with a pay-as-you-go system, which makes it more affordable. In fact, in Ibejuleki, in some hard-to-reach areas of Ibejuleki, the chairman has been working with us, and we've introduced tricycle compactors on a pilot basis in those areas, and we'll be extending to other areas in the next few weeks.
Okay. All right. Doctor, we have only one enemy. Because of your presence today, I suspended all my other discussions in order to give you adequacy, knowing fully the task I went through before being able to bring you the Lukumum, I introduce you as the Lukumum to the studio. Having said that, very soon we shall be going to the market. Then when we return back, I will now open the lines. People will be calling in. And let me just seize the opportunity to talk to those who will be calling in, send messages. I moderate this program. It is my show. I know what it costs me to bring my guest into the program. So I have the right to moderate your questions. If you are calling in, please let us ask questions that will help the work of LAWMA, that will help Lagos to become neater and greener. Don't let us ask questions, because if you're asking questions that I believe become unbecoming, I have the right to cut it off. And I think you will bear with me, because I am the one organizing this program, and I am the one running after my guests before they come to the studio. So I wouldn't want your question, which is not, you can accuse me of that, but I will go to that. So that is what
Okay.
Now, before moving to the market, the break, what new are you bringing into the exercise of the functionality of LAWMA? What new, in just a minute?
We are introducing material recovery facilities, which will be used to treat waste much better than what we have been doing in the past with landfills. We're also introducing sorting at source from the household. So the combination of this effort is that we'll be able to take any material that is still useful out of the waste stream. And, that will is creating a new economy for a lot of people you see them, a lot of people now gathering PET bottles, which has, high economic value. The producers are also reusing recycled PET in producing new bottles. So this means we're conserving our resources better. And we even have glass recycling plants now in Lagos. So, and many of the things you're throwing away, we want people to stop throwing those things away, separate them at source, and we'll have people to come and pick them up from your home or your business for reuse and recycling.
Okay, thank you. If you can manage this for 30 seconds, are you extending your operations into the waterways?
Oh, absolutely. We have a marine waste unit. We have boats that go out and they collect waste from the coastline and from the lagoons and also from the drainage channels. So we're doing that on a daily basis,
Okay.
especially around the Five Cowries Creek, which is very close to us here.
So you can relax, Doctor. I know you have a paper and your pen ready, because when the questions will be coming or comments will be coming, you are not to answer one after the other, but you accumulate them, then you answer. Kayode, let us go to the market.
And we're back in the studio right here at Lagos Talks 91.3 FM. The Guru, how does it feel under the tree in Agbaro?
No, let us not discuss that again.
Yeah, because I want them to know how clean your tree area is, since we are discussing environment.
No, since you reminded me in a great wealth of wisdom that that you now suspected where Wiki took his tactics from. So let us not discuss that. Doctor, my guests remain in the studio. Now we are going public so that you can bring your messages, whatever you think, your suggestion to improve what LAWMA has been doing that is doing very rightly, in my own opinion. Or you want to ask any questions, you have the right. Because Dr. Gbadegesin, that is Dr. Muywa Gbadegesin, I earlier introduced him. He has a PhD in neuroscience from Georgetown University in USA. And of course, he picked his BSc from Howard University, and is a man that has vast. He once served as a chief of staff or so. Yeah, I want to remember, to the late governor of Oyo State. Oh, there are too many late governors in Oyo State. I'm talking of Governor. Remind me, Doctor.
Ajimobi.
Yeah. The man who successfully crossed the age of 70, which no man had crossed in his family before he gave up the good. He died after living as a governor. The man who breached also the disease of not coming back second time governor. So we are ready. Let's see.
All right, sir. So the phone lines they've been buzzing all along. Let's just go straight there. 0809-234-5913. Pens are ready. So are the papers. Hello, caller. Good morning. Yes, sir. Good morning to you. Okangbilina. Let's hear you. All right, sir.
But I want to ask your guest, what are they doing with the effective sewage disposal? Now that about 99% of Lagos has no pipe-borne water, does it worry me that effective sewage disposal in Lagos does not take place because there is no pipe-borne water?
Okay.
All
right then. Thank you so much for that call. Let's another call there. Hello, caller.
Hello,
Robert.
My name is Robert.
All right, Robert. Let's hear you.
Good evening, sir. My question, this morning, please ask your guest if he's aware that Ojota is maybe Ojota. That people have been like that for years. You understand? When Abode removed LAWMA from Lagos State, people were complaining until they were, brought us came until they brought LAWMA back. But I don't know. Why is Ojota still smelling up to today? I don't want to talk about other parts of Lagos, but I know of Ojota. What is really happening in that place? I want your best to say something about it.
Thank you so much for that call too. We do appreciate your call. You want to know why Ojota smells. All right. Hello, caller. Good morning. Yes, sir. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Guru, and good morning, Doctor. I just want to promise you, Doctor, that really speaking, you are working, the organization is working, your staff are working. But really, I want to ask this question. A few days ago, if I'm not mistaken, it rained, especially here in Sholo. My name is Peter Monson, calling from Sholo.
Yes, sir.
The Gbadegesin road was flooded, and all the plastic bottles, everything filled the road. And near Gbadegesin compound, there is a canal there by NMPC. Sometimes people need place to stay, like what is supposed to be the walkway of that bridge, of that canal. Please, I don't know whether you have any idea of that. What do you do about that?
Okay.
And to make sure that we don't get all this flooding with debris all over the place.
All right then.
But thank you for what you are doing.
Thank you for the feedback. Let's take one more, then you answer that round of questions. Then we come back to the phone lines. Hello, caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, my name is.
Your name is who?
My name is Val.
Val. All right, Val. All right, from Ojeju. Go ahead.
Okay, now the challenge we have here is they don't come around all the time to collect refuse. Sometimes we don't see them for 3 weeks, we don't see them for 4 weeks. They come randomly, 2 days in the week. Sometimes they come on Sundays, they come on Friday. So it's difficult for residents to actually pin them down and dispose refuse. So in this circumstance, what is LAWMA going to do about it?
All right, Val. Before you go, what part of Ojodu access so that they could trace the PSP in charge? All right. Ashafastabo Badamosi access. Okay. All right then. Thank you so much for your call. You want to respond to this? We'll go back to the calls later on.
Okay. Yes, the first question was about effective sewage disposal. The Lagos State Wastewater Maintenance Office under the Ministry of Environment is working on introducing new sewage disposal facilities. We have signed an MOU last year with Jospon Group, a Ghanaian company. Interestingly, they have an advanced system of disposal. Exactly. So they will be working on establishing new sewage treatment facilities in Lagos. In LAWMA, we are, like I said, focused on the solid waste. The state government has also signed MOU for new treatment facilities for solid waste as well. The question by Robert in Ojota, that goes to the what I just mentioned, that the system of treating waste in the landfill, this is the root cause for the smell in Ojota, is directly coming from the Olusosun landfill. And the state government intends to close that landfill within the next 18 months, during which time we would have constructed new material recovery facility in Ikorodu, also in partnership with Zoom Lion Nigeria. And in place of the landfill, at the landfill in Olusosun, we're going to extract the gas and cover up that landfill. And we will replace we will construct a transfer loading station on the site of the landfill so that the waste will not be there any longer, but will be diverted to the new material recovery facility in Ikorodu. So this is what the government is doing to resolve the problem of that landfill at Ojota. The question by Peter from Shomolu. We will come to that area, Bajulai Road, and see what we can do about clearing out the drain that you mentioned, that the drain has been blocked and is resulting in flooding. I will ask my team to come there as soon as possible. The question from Dele in Alimosho, whose duty is it to clean gutters? Many Lagosians probably are not aware that if you own a property, it is your responsibility to ensure that the front of that property is always clean, including the gutters. So you can, whether it's your house or your office or your shop, it is your civic responsibility and even a matter of law to make sure that the drainage is clear, make sure you plant flowers or trees in front of your house. And if everybody is doing that, we'll have much fewer problems of blocked gutters. It is not the government will come in and clear as a form of intervention in order to save everyone. But let us all embrace our civic responsibility and keep the front of our properties as clean as possible. The question from Val in Ojodu, we will reach out to the PSP operator there, see if they're having issues, and look at how we can support and improve the service delivery there. You can always reach out to us on our toll-free line, those who have issues with PSP operators. The toll-free line is 070 80 60 10 20. You can call that line. Let me repeat it again, 070 80 60 10 20. If you have any issues with PSP operators not coming out in time, and we'll respond as quickly as possible to help you resolve those issues. Or even if you have payment issues, any kind of issue, you can reach out to us. For those who prefer email, you can always email us at info@lawma.gov.ng. info@lawma.gov.ng.
All right, and just to add that to you spoke about the gutters being the responsibility, the frontage of any apartment or structure being the responsibility of the occupant. Now, in an event where I am clearing, steadily clearing the front of my house and the gutters, but because the gutter does not originate from my end, it extends to other facilities. It keeps bringing dirt from that place to my side. What kind of intervention can we get from LAWMA? Or I need to keep on clearing the debts of other people?
No, you have to report such issues. And once again, you can report through the toll-free line or the email. There's this concept that we need to embrace as Lagosians. See something, say something.
Say something, yeah.
And I know Kayode, you were mentioning your own activities, and I want to encourage you in doing that. Do not be shy about challenging people when they're misbehaving. Because if you keep quiet, it's still going to come back and bite you, if you don't do something. So we encourage Lagosians to report. If your neighbor is doing the wrong thing, report them. There are even people, I had a report somewhere now this morning of people burning waste. And if you're burning, this is also against the law. If you're burning waste, you are negatively affecting your neighbors, in particular young children who inhale this kind of smoke. Some of it is toxic because you don't know what is in it. And that's why we have high incidence of things like childhood asthma. So we need to start reporting, these kinds of activities, and we will respond. The government will respond. You can also report and reach out to us on our social media handles, and you'll see that we constantly try to engage with citizens.
Oh, okay. Kayode,
Guru,
receive more because we have only just a minute.
Yes, sir.
So receive 1 or 2 or 3, not more than that.
We haven't taken. We have not taken the messages at all. Do we go to messages so that we have
go to the message because we have now 10:55. We have 2 minutes for everyone.
I believe we all know this. Please, what's the difference between LAWMA and PSP, or are they one body? Benga from Mushin, I'm sure that's a known fact, but we'll come to that shortly. Good morning, sirs. Can an operator's license be revoked for not giving quality services, even when the customers are up to date with their payment? 1. 2. Is there any issue with any of your dump sites at the moment? Why do you ask? But I'm sure we'll give response to that shortly. Let's see. Good morning, the Guru and Sir K. To the guests in the studio, beyond hospitals, there are many more toxic waste being generated per second. How does LAWMA tackle domestic toxic waste, like used batteries, expired drugs, etc.? Similarly, there are numerous chemists all over. What happens to their waste? Kayode from Lagos. Let's sneak in one more and we end it here, unfortunately. Please, Oluwakayode, ask about Ambassador Musbao, if he has been called back to work with LAWMA. Okay, that is one. Then secondly, what is LAWMA doing with stopping open drainage to closed underground drainages? Does that buck stop at the death of LAWMA?
Doctor, you have just a minute to cover this, please.
PSP operators are franchise operators of LAWMA, so they're acting on our behalf. We regulate them. Yes, their licenses can be revoked if they are not, if they're found wanting. We have, the reason we are closing dump sites is because they're full. So when the issue is that they're full, and they're also that development has caught up with the locations of those dump sites. So we have to, that's why we say reduce, reuse, recycle. We have to reduce the amount of waste we're generating. We have to sort our waste at source and make it available to off-takers who want to do other things with that waste. And we are building material recovery facilities, which are a more sustainable means of managing the waste so that we don't need landfills again. With respect to toxic waste, yes, we also manage that. We have a destruction process for toxic waste. And so you're expected to reach out to LAWMA if you have that type of waste that could be termed toxic, including expired drugs. With respect to batteries, we have an electronic waste program. In partnership, we work with the E-Waste Producer Responsibility Organization. Anyone in electronics is required to be involved in the safe destruction of that, or the safe treatment of that electronic waste arising from their products at the end of life.
Okay. Right. I want to appreciate you. I want to thank you very, very much. And you can now see the advantages of coming in because you have diversified opinion, some suggesting this, some questioning this. Thank you very, very much for the quality time you come to spend with us today. We appreciate you. We are not taking anything for granted. Dr. Muywa Gbadegesin, I hope, I'm not telling you that next month, about April, but I hope you will come back to us again. My name is Godwin Itakibibu. It's not Oliver Twist, but I hope you will come back to us again.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Guru.